Alright, I'm back with more of the Roottrees Are Dead. The last time I played this was several months ago, so it'll take me a second to remind myself what's going on. I reviewed my future Marstead notes and then checked in Discord to make sure that I had the general gist of the game so far. I'm pretty sure that I do. So just to review the notes that I was discussing, the Roottree family are rich heirs to a candy empire. Main intrigue that I uncovered last time is that there was a bastard daughter who was either looped into or left out of the family fortune decades ago, and that was problematic. There's another thing about the modern day Roottrees who just died. There's a specific lady who's feeding us info who I think I have hints as to who she might be on this board, if I recall correctly. There's the crazy televangelist Roottrees. There's the Marilyn Monroe, like, actor, director Roottrees. There's the guy who kind of shamed the family because he had 3 marriages, who I haven't fully solved. And then there were 3 different generations. There's, like, the greatest generation, the silent generation, and the baby boomers, or something like that. I don't remember some of the specific names. The main note that I left myself, though, was to go through all of the search history and get to it here from the bottom up and just read through these because I needed to have a fresh set of eyes. I have a lot of this board done, and I need to get 4 correct in order to get confirmations, which is pretty brutal. The notes I left myself in terms of what's on the board, I'm pretty sure this is correct. Stephanie Landon is a politician. I think I have the right names and portraits for these 2, but I don't know their occupations. The note I left myself was that it had something to do with academia. Don't know Edward Roottree's child. I think we have the names right here, but I don't know the portraits. I know one of them's a director, and the other one also works in Hollywood, but I don't know more information than that. I don't know Elias's child or Elias M's spouse. I don't think I have any information for Gwyneth Madsen, the farmer, Gwyneth's kid. And I don't think I know anything about Bonnie Hudson. Ron and Sharon Howard, yeah. All right, and then I can't get this until I fill everything else out. So we're gonna look at the history. The note I left myself is that last episode I was very focused on this evidence and wasn't looking at the internet search terribly much. So we're just gonna go note by note and see if me coming at it now lets me notice stuff that I was missing before. Plane crash, candy company, Tree sisters. Brand names, books, product lines, magazines. TMS. Root. Root is a common word. That's how I got to root. Okay. Now you too can be like Riley Rose right now. Found Brenda. Birth name Carly. I remember the black and blue dress. No, the white and gold dress doesn't seem relevant to your search. Okay. Nothing new to Google yet that I feel like I've noticed. Common trick questions. Carl Roottrees Jr. Gotcha. This is all the stuff that I did to solve the tutorial puzzle, but nothing has really come up yet that seems particularly exciting. Learned about Ernie Jr. TMS, Tommy Mark Sheridan. Time marches onward. Okay, so I've got some proper nouns that I don't know if I searched too thoroughly. I'm going to write them down in my text file over here. So there's time marches onward and brother trouble. And on the cover, tabloids for drug use. Brother trouble. Dustin Christopher Baker. Mother played by Penelope Tessa Green. I'm just writing down all my proper nouns. I don't know if any of these are going to pay off. Yeah, this game's really good. It's like a mix of Hypnospace Outlaw with Return of the Obra Dinn and a little bit of Her Story. Dustin Christopher Baker, Penelope, Tessa Green. I'm just going to write down all of the things I want to look up, and I'll look them all up at once. Roxy. Oh, small screen director Ron Roottrees. Okay, that is context that I didn't have before. Ron Roottrees directed Brother Trouble. Strong ratings. Okay, so Ron is the director. Sure, I had that entered correctly. I did not. Okay. Don't know if I have the right portrait, but you are not the director. I think he's just in Hollywood, right? So I'll put actors temporarily, but I don't know if that's right. Okay, back to history. That's Brother Trouble. Got Milk. Yeah. Elias Roottrees, Gwyneth. Can look up Anderson Maple Farm. I don't think I did that. Has no CEO, no stockholders. It's run by a president. Every president's been a direct descendant of Elias and Gwyneth. I already searched 5 pieces at length, if I recall correctly. Okay. Anderson Maples. I guess I was also able to get that from Gwyneth Roottrees. Okay. Okay. Me mark that I did in fact already search that. I've already got good information from starting over here because the small-time director thing meant nothing to me before. I think I already looked up the Watchmen of the Year. I'll write it down just in case. Yeah, right there. Never mind. Go ahead and put a little star. Business Watch magazine, though, might be worth looking up. Don't already have the periodicals for it. Does not host online articles. You'll find individual articles and issues through your periodical search. Okay. Must have been what tutorialized that originally. Christmas mission. It's another Gwyn Roottrees. Pretty sure I looked for Leslie Florence and Harrison Lane, but I'll write them down. Sure did, right there. It's the same thing I just did. Western Frontiers produced nothing since it says it's a dead end, but I'll mark it anyway. Okay. I love Aloysius Herring Roottrees, aka Red. Maybe he's a red herring. Sound of Laughter by Jim and Diamond. Diamond LaRue. Do I have a LaRue on here? Diamond LaRue, yeah, I do. Okay. And it's a confirmed thing. Just to make sure. Jim and Diamond. Diamond's Dazzlers. I think I have Wolf, yeah, Wolf Roottrees and Candy Roottrees. Okay. Bluesies. It's a pretty good name. We got Conquistador already. Baby. Okay, yeah, we did the library for Life Between Wars. I'll probably read through that again. Okay, and that's in the evidence section, so we already have that. Roottrees. We already got the stuff from Lauren Rafferty. Lauren is the one who gives us most of our information. Almost positive that this is Clark Rafferty and that's his face. I just don't know his current job is the problem. I know he was a musician at one point. Jane LaRue, Danielle Franks. Evolution in writing style, Lauren Roottrees. Romance in Court. I remember doing those. Just making notes about those two that I should check books for those. Wild Bill Williams. It's the husband of Gwen, wasn't it? I think I'm remembering this. Walter Forsythe, yeah. Grew up in Paris. I love the Next Generation. You can see this is a Star Trek thing. Star Trek is primarily known for inspiring the song Star Trekkin' by The Firm. Swashbuckle my heart, that's how I got X marks the spot. Revisiting the diary 10 years later. Okay. This mentions the death of Elias, who is... could be talking about the original patriarch. Miracle Jr. is a crazy preacher man. Clergy watch. That's like James Randi. Edith's sister in disguise. His wife Edith. I already... Edith Jacobson. Okay, yeah. It's Miracle Jr. Yeah, it's just like Peter Popoff. He's back selling magic water. These times... Jim's cousin and Diamond's sister. I think that's the one that's Clark Rafferty, yeah. Starlit Magazine. I should already have that searched up quite a bit, but just to make sure. Periodicals. RR unsuccessfully attempted to remove a fellow family member from the trust. That's the bastard daughter, I think. Yeah. Teen Blast. I don't know if I ever looked up Teen Blast periodicals. Okay. I don't know if I ever... Sweet History of Candy. Volume 2. Let me look that one up really quick. Did I never look up Volume 1? It seems obvious now, but it must have put me on some kind of... That is by Charles Lee. I don't want to get ahead of myself. Let me write down, because I'm going to do all this searching at once. Otherwise, I'm going to have the same things going to happen to me where I go do it, and then I get out on like a candy loop and lose track of what I was doing. Okay, 5 pieces. History of Candy, Volume 2. They got pretty much everything wrong. Okay. 4 out of 5. It's been Jacob, which I should just be done with, but let me make sure. Yeah, Jacob Rafferty. Find this and many other books at your local library. Yeah, I got a lot of great information from this before. This was Carolyn Morden. Yeah. You get Mark Landon, the opposite of boring. Modern Music Monthly. And so we confirm who that is. Launched in the year 1936. Stephanie Jones. Ooh, I'm almost positive I have all the appropriate information for her. Politics. I do like a video game called The Roottrees Are Dead. It was the one set in Butler County. Investigative jazz radio segments. It wasn't a break-in. Someone at the key of the office took the picture. Do the root tree curse. I did. Okay. A long, rambly conspiracy website with very small, very red text on a black background. Sounds very hard to read. I did get a lot of information from this before. Ernie Jr., guy getting hit by a drunk driver. The Mayan ruby skull. Yeah, I love the time cube reference. Now everything is time cube. Chris Raff 75. Prodigy.us. Do I know Chris Rafferty? Where are the Raffertys? Someone with a spouse, so that could be Chris. Okay, go ahead and populate it here. Okay, but let's stay on topic here. It's an expert at creating fake evidence. Okay. Operation RT-29. Okay. Fancy flavors. Actually, I'm really glad we're doing this because I was deep into it. I think I was just getting confirmations constantly from little bits of information. So now that I have very little to work on, it's much easier to like notice things that stand out that I didn't have in my notes or search history before. Guy looked at his own wealth, which is often the source of envy for others. So anyone could be like the wealthy. It's pretty funny. Yep, no children, which helped me earlier. Yeah, the boys and girls agree thing was really stupid. Did the redheads already? Angie and Christopher. Yeah. Making sure. Zach and Clara, yep. Doctor to the Roottrees sisters. Got this guy, right? This is the weird Dr. Stephen Wilson. That's right. Oh, they all look like the photographer was holding them hostage. My big brother or my sister. Ernie Jr. Reading about Carl Roottrees. So, real quick. Here we are. Brenda White, yeah. Is the audio balance okay today, by the way? I'm looking over in OBS and it's maybe a little loud. Just let me know. Are you read about these times? Did Jim and Diamond. I'm just gonna write all of these down because I don't know if I literally did all of them. Rolling on down to the city. It's in my evidence folder, so I shouldn't need that one. I did Diamond's Tasslers. Cherry Tree. I think I did Sound of Laughter. Okay, thanks. Hopefully that's better. 1987. And we got Walter Forsythe. I don't know if I ever searched the name Cornwall. I don't think I'd get anything, but I'm just trying to write down all the proper nouns here. And so trust. Did the Roottrees versus RR 5-piece guarantee. I think I did Atlantis' Burden already, but... Okay, now I have new things to search, so let's just start from the top. Some of these I already have. We want to go to... soap opera. And terrible whitewater rafting accidents. Discrepancy was explained by covering his face in bandages. Work at the silver mines left him permanently disfigured and caused his voice to sound completely different. He was then killed permanently this time while saving his younger sister from drowning in a whitewater rafting accident. Fascinating as all this is, none of it seems related to the Roottrees. Okay. It's cute. Brother Trouble. I heard about this one. We have the small screen director, Ron Roottree. Okay. So that's new information. Or it was information that I didn't know the significance of before. Jane Eyre. Which reimagine the Charlotte Romance, a high school romance with a focus on skateboarding. That's great. Okay, that doesn't get me anything. Penelope Tessa Green. Oh, I get something new for this. Tired comedian. Club and Reno that claims Penelope got her stand-up start and first did her famously raunchy breast milk cheese routine in the 80s before she was a TV star on Brother Trouble. She retired with the birth of her first child, but makes yearly appearances for fundraisers. Joke O'Lantern, 1997. Jack. Okay. So, hold on a sec. Son Jack. This is going to be someone that's in my list somewhere. Both have been added to evidence. Okay, so this is bear costume. Penelope has explorer. Okay. Maybe there's 2 kids. That's Jack watching one of the charity sets. So maybe there's multiple kids. Son question mark. Son Jack clearly identified in photo. Okay. Try searching Joko Lantern. Here we go. Laugh Lounge. Comics patrons are encouraged to wear costumes. The person with the best costume wins a voucher redeemed for 5 pounds of buffalo wings. No heckling. Okay. Laugh Lounge. She was on Brother Trouble. So can we assume that she's connected to the director? It does give me the option of doing a photo. I don't know who else she could possibly be associated with. So let's try this. Penelope. And then, I don't remember the order on this. It's the youngest child is all the way on the right. Okay, if there's 2 kids and these are different kids. Is Jack? Occupation, child. Student, maybe? Okay. Who's the occupation? Is there like, okay, baby. What Roottrees are not claimed right now? I have no way I couldn't. I don't think I have any way of inferring that. Okay. Well, so let's see. I'm positive about this. Stephanie Landon. So, and I'm positive about this, and I'm positive about this. So if something's wrong, it could be that I have their portraits mixed up. Unless if it's not the director, if it's one of the other people. Let's try that. No. I guess this could be Robert. It's a good time to fuck around with the settings here. No, it also would have given it to me now, wouldn't it? Let me... Hold on. Robert Roottree. Trying to remember how I found out that they were in Hollywood. I left a note that one was an actor and one was a director, and I know that Ronald is the director. Don't know if the faces are right though. Just to save me time, because this was something from months ago, what do you know where I found out about them being in Hollywood taking after their mom? Was that the diary? I got more things to search for while we wait. But that's a bunch of information, so that's cool. Watch one of the year. Well, I just got that now. That information didn't make sense when I saw it originally. I didn't know where to put them. So I had some other piece of information that implied that they were both in Hollywood, or at least that's the note that I left myself in the future Marstead notes, so maybe I was on some crazy shit. I had like a photo that included them, right? That's... crazy, isn't there an evidence? Okay, here it is. Here, yeah. Film school. Well, that's probably the director then. Still not confirming it though. I had him as the director here. Free Spirits. Gwen, who's clearly modeled on Cheryl Lee. I think I had some other thing that implied that he was in Hollywood. Yeah, I'm crazy. Leslie Florence, we already checked. Western Frontiers is going to be a dead end. Yeah. No connection to the Roottrees. Okay. Got a lot of these. Didn't do Cherry Tree. Cherry Tree is a pretty general search term. Try looking it up in the periodicals, maybe? No. Okay. Romance in Courts. Her brother Clancy's lectures in the Middle Ages. Return to Court and New Romance in Court. Nothing new there, really. Clergy Watch. Just a website. Starlet. Teen Blast. Really more I can do with Teen Blast. I don't know what though. One of them was already in your evidence. Rafferty? What are things I'm missing here? Madsen, maybe? Hudson. Spell that right? Morden, no. No, Madsen and Morden. Bonnie Hudson? Just like these are the people who would be on this list, right? Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was going to give me something. Dang. Okay, back to searching then. Oh yes. Sweet History of Candy, Volume 1. Oops. Charles Lee. Oh, and there's something new. Extremely early newspaper ad for 5 pieces. Charles Lee included due to a major misprint. Grape, elderberry, egg cream, cinnamon extract, and melon. So this is another way to get this answer. Grape, elderberry, egg cream, melon. Available from fine stockists. Now, we know that one is not helpful because it doesn't have any markers still on it. Okay, so I guess I already got the answers to that by other means. That's still cool, though. You implies the existence of a Volume 1. Let me mark things from my notes here. Roottrees Curse. Mayan Ruby Skull. Symbol of Death. Amongst the spinning skull gifts. The photo looks more like an egg than a skull. Chris Raff 75 Prodigy.us. Oh. The Art of Rafferty, copyright 1997. A bunch of gifts that say under construction. And my fiance, Lulu. Okay. Go Tartans. Collage called Cousins, made up of 3 scrambled images. Okay, hold on. There's a ton of information here. I can't believe I didn't try to search this before. So, first off, Chris Rafferty would have to be here, right? No other Raffertys that could exist in the line. Okay. Artist. Lulu. Oh. Could be Louisa. Reasonable guess. Ask any of my extended family of cousins for their pictures, even some I've never met. Wasn't allowed to use pictures of Rain or Riley or Rose. Davy swims for Yukon. Bethany, Davy's younger sister, and Stephanie, who's an only child. Okay. So this is probably Stephanie. Cattrall, I guess? Okay, I guess that implies spouse name, if that's right. And then Davy and Bethany. Davy's younger sister. Kellogg. Okay. David the Fourth versus David the Third. Getting crushing it over here. This is great. Swims for Yukon, so student. Okay, we finally get college. One of these I could have sworn. Okay, this kid was college. I thought she was college too, and then I got screwed on it. Bethany's yearbook picture, which means probably K to 12. Do you still do yearbooks in undergrad? The cousins' photos need to be unscrambled before you can use them. You've downloaded a new application, Pixpop, to edit the photos. Okay. Cousin zoomed. It's pretty funny. It's a cool idea for a puzzle. It's a little silly, but that's okay. Chris is a real artiste. Dichotomy? It's pretty funny. Okay. Fixed. I see. Middle school. I can do that in my evidence later, right? Yeah, I'm gonna head back to evidence once I'm done with this. Okay. Slide the photo back into shape. Oh. It's messy. One's a bit trickier. Oh, it loops around. That's pretty mean. Okay. I gotta get like a storage row here. I gotta get those adjacent to each other. Okay. He's a swimmer. That's the easy part. The rest of it's going to be tough. Let's see. Extremely cursed sliding block puzzle. Yeah. Let's see. That looks good, I think, although makes his arm look kind of fucked up. This puzzle seems really challenging. I can use my rubber duck powers to skip it. Yeah, we know where this one goes. That helps, so we know where this goes. Pop-up's talking about you and you don't like it. What an incredible art piece. Oops, not that. Okay. Alright, and then we gotta get some ones up in the corners. This goes up in the top left. Okay, and then that's probably the top left, and that's probably the top right. Hey. All right. So, cousins. Swims for Yukon is Davy. All right, I have to click on them from in here. I was really hoping to get a confirmation there. All right. Bethany yearbook picture. Okay. Probably that one. Still no confirmation. Wow. Implies... Oh, that looks more like a yearbook picture, actually. That's probably the problem. Hey! Probably shouldn't have wasted that. I should have tried to find something else useful here. Tell me if stuff's wrong, at least. Oh, that's so not helpful. I did not use that smartly. Alright. Alright, alright, alright. Booyah. So it means these aren't right, which is at least helpful. So it could be that it's right, it's just this is Ronald. It would have confirmed this. I'm almost positive he's got the film school thing, that's his face, and he's the director. So I can probably assume that that's right and just swap them back. Although, no, I think that can do that. It was Ronald and Robert. Okay. Damn, I should have swapped them over before locking that one in. That's too bad. All right, so Stephanie then is this one. She's student. Sam, because I got Sam Cattrall right. Okay, that at least gets me a pretty much guaranteed one there. That's nice. Chris Rafferty self-portrait. Don't say Lulu. Okay. So it locked in Luisa Garcia, so we know that's Chris. That's Luisa. So really I should just need to get one more and then I'll be able to confirm Ronald Roottrees finally. What else we have here? Bifurcation. Dichotomy? Amazing. Sick. All right, well, we're making progress. I was really worried that it's been a while since I played this and I would just be wheels spinning for a really long time here, so that's good. A Roottrees Curse, Mayan Ruby Skull, Operation RT-29. It's possible to get away with nearly any crime on a leap day. That's funny. Polyglycerol. Oh, okay. You don't find anything else? An emulsifier and chocolates are approved by the FDA and widely used in many products. Thomas Overwood. Spirit Cola. Satan's Plague is returning in 2000. Stock markets at the devil's numbers. If you multiply any stock's price by 666 and also multiply the current year by that same stock's price, then add those two numbers together and divide the entire total by the stock price and subtract the current year, you'll always end up with 666. Yeah, no shit. All right, let's look up Spirit Cola. Nothing to do with the Roottrees. Okay. Stock markets. Cherry Tree one. Where did I find that? That was in... Oops. Cherry Tree. Is this reviewed in a certain... The fact that it gives me this thing about Cherry Tree, the general search term... Album. Oh, okay. Cassette bootlegs. A great cassette.
spark of light that ever brightly shone. From her starting days, imparting wisdom to conquer life unknown.
Beautiful.
Though someday she'd depart in part, I'd never be alone. In my heart I'll always be the son of...
It's nothing, is it? Shit. Okay. I got real excited there. Cornwall. Pretty sure I did Atlantis' Burden already. I already looked this one up. It should be in the library, I think. It's Carolyn Madsen or Morden. Yeah. Mark Landon. I don't know the name of her wife. Certainly have not been added. Dedicated to Eloise and Stephanie. Okay. Eloise, no surname. So... see pictures I haven't assigned yet? Yeah. I wish I could take a stab at who the baby is. I also know Clark Rafferty's third. Well, let's just try searching for him, shall we? Like Clark Rafferty is really where I should be looking. I might be out of things to search. I might have to go back to the evidence, but let me just crawl around here. I wish I knew Elias and Roottrees. Not going to be in Teen Blast. Maybe in Butler County. I just searched Elias by itself. I don't get anything right. Generally, I don't get names from, or I generally can't search people's names directly, it seems like. I could try doing... I do Ron Roottrees since I saw that in... Direct episodes of a few other shows for joining creating a one-season hit Brother Trouble. RR Productions, maybe? Robbie Roottrees. Oh, we might finally get it here. Roxy was addicted to sniffing markers. Silver Screen Magazine. Guess I have to search it first. It did, yes, actually. Thank you. Hey. 1983 to 1993. The new magazine doesn't have any relevance to your case. Screenwriter. Tried and convicted under the name Robert in a French court of law. Oh. Okay. Still don't know how I got that they were both in Hollywood. Oh, I thought that was going to be a confirmation for sure. Okay, well, if we know one of them's a screenwriter, we can swap them here. Let's try that as the face now. Fuck. Okay, I'm gonna put him back. Been swapping these two so many times. At least I know one of them is a screenwriter. Ronald Roottrees. Don't blame nepotism. He gets results. Grew up in Paris with his famous mother and brother Robbie. Called upon his younger brother for script punch-ups. Okay. So if those two are right, and that's definitely right. This isn't Stephanie Cattrall? Do I need 5 confirmations now? Or blood row? What else am I getting wrong? That's not it. I know the elder one is the one that got married. It's definitely Chris Rafferty, right? Oh, is he a college student, not an artist? Is that the problem? Fuck. Mean. Yeah. All right. So they're finally cleared out. It's an unknown baby. I should have been playing with these guys because I know my note was that one or both of them have something to do with academia. I don't know Clark Rafferty's his current occupation. I've looked him up in a bunch of places. So Gwyn Roottrees. Older issues, none of it seems relevant. Okay. So I have 8 more that I have to get. So Clark's last 2 kids. Other Rafferty's I can check. Jessica, Katrina, Rafferty LaRue. Okay, that's interesting. Did he marry the other LaRue? Or did he remarry Jane LaRue? Interesting. Session work with their great uncle's record label. The Lucky LaRues. Youngest Kim is about to step into a prominent role on Broadway, taking over one of the children in Oliver. Oh, maybe they're going to be in Teen Blast? Okay, hold on. All right, let's see. Kim LaRue. Lucky LaRues. So, but it's not going to be Kim LaRue, right? It's going to be Kim Rafferty LaRue. Youngest is Kim, although that was youngest at the time. Wait, hold on. Wait, this was Kim LaRue. Katrina and Jessica, I guess I have no way of knowing. Let's see. She get off Broadway? No. Oliver. Jane DeVelchio is listed as talent for hire as a wedding singer. She was Jane LaRue of the Lucky LaRues. Oh, that's really interesting. Okay. Jane DeVelchio. But it gave me Jane LaRue as a legit name. Oh, she's married now. That's it. I see. Okay, that's just Jane LaRue, so that's not super helpful. Pass or her sister. See if it shows up in... Wouldn't be in any of these, but... She's a wedding singer. I was hoping she would show up in the Butler County Times. Maybe there's nothing I can do with that. Still tells me that these kids are going to be Katrina Rafferty LaRue and Jessica Rafferty LaRue. Because this was in an article from 1968 that would track with Clark being kind of a dipshit. So we can try searching for Katrina, Rafferty, LaRue. Katrina. I'll talk about my sister. Broadway. I really shouldn't have wasted some of my confirmations there. All right, it might be time for me to go back to looking at evidence. I guess some of the numbers should be down now. Okay, 1958 Dynasty. 1 means that there's a piece of unconfirmed information that I can glean from this, right? I feel like 1 is easier to work with than 5. I think it grabs anything from the article. See, the problem is architects, preachers, and lawyers. I have lawyer, I have preacher, I have architect. In fact, this whole section I have done. So what other piece of information could be in here? Clancy told me everyone got heated. So we're talking about this generation here. Angie's older than Zach. She's older than Zach. I'm next oldest of all, ignoring Samantha, of course. Clancy, Elias. Maybe it's saying that it still has a piece of information. It can help me to identify these two, the younger brothers. I could try to do more with this. He was from the Free Spirits. She's listed as a free spirit, which is interesting. I didn't have her captured previously. Eli. Are there more pictures than there are people in this generation? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I guess we've had this trick before where someone has a kid really late. Don't know where this one would go. I don't think it's another picture of someone we've already seen. Oh, unless if that's... That could be Clark Rafferty. But if that's the case... I mean, they could be the same person. I do have... Once you verify this person, you'll be able to add bonus photos. Okay, so there's at least 2 unaccounted for photos of Clark Rafferty floating around somewhere. I should go ahead and confirm the redheaded girl. I think I actually know the answer to that, right? It's... Because that's the... They're in the picture, brother and sister. Okay. I can't think who else that could be other than Clark, but that's really strange because that leaves... Hold on. I think there was actually a thing in the... Was it the diary? Let me just read through these here. I don't think there's anything I need about Gwen, so there must be some other info about maybe the father, only child, and Margot. Okay, don't know why that one's marked as still having stuff. Her mother's family was called the Cossells. I think I already have everything associated with that, right? Yeah, Sarah Cosell. Yeah. Clark. So if he's a free spirit, then that has to be him. Because I've confirmed every other free spirit, right? This is crazy. These are the free spirits. Carl's a teenager in the middle. Back of the photo in childish print writing, it says November. Clark, Carl, Eli M. Confirmed literally all of them except these 2. November. So this is maybe a minor spoiler of a question, but maybe it's something I didn't consider previously. No, see, that fucks with it. I was about to say, does the picture mean... Grandman says we include Sammy if he didn't want to. Didn't think it's fair. Miracle made it, and he's technically a 5-piece. So the question was going to be, does this have to be people that are technically in that generation? And I guess the previous one cast doubt on that by having someone who's technically a 5-piece in the photo. All right, so let's go crazy here. Let's say that this is Clark, which means this has to be November. Which November root tree. If she's November, and I feel like I read something about this. I'm just gonna have to look through the book, I guess. It's Between Wars, Diaries of a Root Tree. Complaints, Dynasty, Sam. Sam's the bastard daughter. Blood is thicker than syrup. The most rebellious thing any of us ever did was bring home someone who would be illegal to marry if we lived anywhere south of Pennsylvania. My brothers. Okay. I think this is right then. So she's a student? That's really cool. There's a couple neat little twists on the board here, but you're kind of deliberately expected to confuse that. Okay. I read that line a bunch of times and was unable to interpret it to fit in with the free spirits. Okay, so I can try searching for her. Think about November. All right, so how am I feeling about confirmations? Not amazing, lacking things like photos. I wish I could find out about Elias M. root tree. I think I already checked this several times. Let me keep reading through stuff here. All seem to pursue paths of knowledge. So that made me assume Pop got over it because Edward's set to take over his department once he retires. That's how we got lawyer for Edward Roottrees. President, housewife. Media mogul. Pop forced Clancy to send Carl to the academy. Yeah, I don't think I can do anything with that. Pop seems to have gotten over because Edward is set to take over his department once he retires. Yeah, okay, so that's how you get November. Gotcha. I should have read that more carefully before. Check Swashbuckle My Heart. I don't know if I ever looked that one up. Oh, it was Lauren Rafferty, right? Is this the one that gets released as X marks the spot? Yeah, okay. I already did that. Which got me a ton of information, if I recall. Revisiting the diary 10 years later, that's what got me to that forever ago. That's right. Okay. 5 pieces add. What even is an elderberry anyway? I love this ad. It's like perfect. Power plum, so strawberry, cool chocolate. I can't imagine what this is possibly pointing to. I mean, I guess it could be names. Again? Okay, let me move on from it, because... Four Elias. As a junior, they're always the firstborn son. Clancy Edward, that's right. CE versus EC. Clark. Jim's marriage seems solid as a rock, pun intended. Jim. Or that's gonna get me a spouse here. Oh, because of Diamond. Yeah. Marrying Jane to keep her from running out on the band. Oops. Wouldn't last long as a trio. I think he married the sister after that, which is crazy. These times... I love the folk style songwriting ... catchy ... The lyrics contain no clues. Backup vocals by the Ruse. This must be 4 because of how far down we get with Clark there. Rolling on down to the city. I already looked up this guy, Peter Janowicz, but I was hoping it would give me another, like, periodical that he's worked from. I have to know the whole name. I need the book title too. Yeah, nothing new I can get from that. The lyrics of the song contain no clues. How does that one have 5? I feel like they all have to do... The reason they have so many is they all have to deal with Clark Rafferty. Okay, campaign mailer. I must have had a bajillion notes about this one earlier. Better for Butler County. Okay, so having searched everything again, I did get a bunch of new things. But I feel a little stuck here. I feel pretty confident about... Oh, November Roottrees wouldn't be a K-12 student anymore, right? Because if that picture's that old, when did it say that picture was taken? The one from the 70s. Okay, so I could try to find more about her somewhere. She doesn't show up when I just search for her directly. I feel like there's more to get from Teen Blast, but I have very little from it, to my knowledge. The duck gives you hints, is that right? I looked through all of these. Let me look one more time at the ones that only have 1 note on them, because they must be easier to figure out what it's referring to. Progressive hints, so sort of pretty vague. That's helpful. Okay. Yeah, I might ask for one from chat. But give me a couple more minutes just to look around. So I need something about Clark Rafferty because there's like so much tied up with him. There's like 3 people. Most recent occupation. I guess I know this is Rafferty LaRue's from, because like who else would have that surname? And there's 2. Oh, wait, oh, hey. Okay, maybe I'll get some stuff here. Clark Rafferty's advertising firm. The fuck? Hold on. Inspiration for the famous Super Bowl ad campaign. Youngest Katrina. Photo is now in your evidence. Oh my god. Okay. So the youngest needs to calm down. And the youngest is Katrina. Okay, I already have that right. To be a K to 12. That's Kim. He's in advertising, but before I do that, it's going to lock a bunch of other shit in. So I want to try to lock something else in. If I can know that this is correct, I'll have unknown name, baby. It could be Tessa. Probably is Tessa because of the mom. Let's do knowledge, right? So things that could be knowledge. Architect. Probably not author. It's not CEO, I don't think. Doctor. It wasn't as explicit about academia as the notes I left myself implied. Lawyer. Probably wouldn't be lawyer because Edward's the lawyer. He would have pointed it out if they were both the same thing. News anchor. Preacher. Principal. Professor. Public speaker. Yeah. I don't know. I could try doing the same thing over here and see if I get one. Do I think I'm going to get a confirmation? I think these kids are right. So that's 2. Oh, but I'm not going to get one because she's not a student anymore. All right, so let's assume this is Tessa Roottrees. And then let's do this again. Learning. CEO, I would not include learning, but I'm trying to think from the game designer's perspective, do they think that a CEO is knowledge-based? Mechanic. Probably not pilot. Principal. Professor. Public speaker. Two other ones. So I might just have to lock it in and just be fucked on the last 4 and really just need to get the last 4. If we change this to advertising, still not right. Clark Rafferty. It did say the youngest to calm down, Katrina. So could also be oh shit. Okay. That's the only other Roottrees, how I got that. 'Cause Kim LaRouche, it's fucked up. Okay, so I'm on the last 4, and I'm gonna get no help. Is there a way for me to get Kristina other than brute force based on the remaining named Roottrees? I guess that gets me Tessa. Assuming she kept the last name, but I don't know why she wouldn't. Try searching for Tessa Roottrie. I guess the thing you can just do is search every possible name and everything, right? Yeah, it doesn't really get me anything. Let me reset these. Did that like really collapse a bunch of stuff in my evidence lists? Hopefully. Oh yeah, really did. Okay. Rolling on down to the city. I guess the problem is that... Oh, it's probably photos, right? Yeah. Because I had to confirm him, right? Photos will count, because I guess it removes the photos from the pool if they're already assigned somewhere. Yeah, so I'm short a photo. I need to get Elias M's kid. I wish I could get November's job. I have a pretty limited number of remaining names here, too. Is every one of these names used at least once, or any of these names, red herrings? Let me see, what are my spouses here? Oh, Cornwall did come up, actually. That must have been the thing about the names having power. Okay, hold on. Is it this one that mentioned Cornwall? Shit, I got Cornwall from something. Where? Said something about... This is just from my list of things. From all my searches. Maybe it was in my history that I got to it. Hold on. I wrote it down after the conspiracy website. So it would be after... Be way down. Roottrie Curse is on here somewhere. Oh, I guess if I searched it up again, it would move it to the top of the history, wouldn't it? Okay, so that's not very helpful. There was like a thing that said something about like, you know, a name like Cornwall, no one will remember, but everyone will remember a name like Roottrees. Maybe it was in just the diary. I think it was, I don't think it was in the book. I think it was while I was searching. There's some kind of search result that mentioned the name Cornwall. And I wrote it down and I Googled it and didn't find anything. I don't want to look all the way through this again. Yeah, it's probably not important. It's probably the, well, let's see. Spouses, right? Do we have any unknown male spouses? That was how I was originally going to arrive at it. We do have one same-sex couple, Eloise, over here. Let's assume that this is Linus Cornwall. Laura Carlson, Helen Lennon. Let me just write all these names down because I'm just going to brute force search all of them. Catherine Wilkins, April Quaritch, Joan Monroe, Helen Lennon, Laura Carlson. Linus Cornwall, just in case that's wrong. Tessa Roottrees. Okay. 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 If I don't get anything from this, then I'm probably going to need a hint. You guys come up with a good one. Otherwise, I'm okay to use the rubber ducky since it's in game. No good luck so far. I do like that this was completely unreasonable to do with the initial gigantic list of names. Yeah, okay. Linus Cornwall and Teen Blast. It's like an old grandpa. I wish I could find where the Cornwall thing was, but... yeah, that's fair. Alright, I think I'm gonna click the duck. I feel like I'm at the end of my rope here, and I still need an image somehow. What does the duck say? Modern Music Monthly sounds like a great place to learn about musicians. No shit. I just searched everyone who isn't an established name, so why would Modern Music Monthly get me something here? Carl Rafferty, already did Kim LaRue. Great Uncle's record label. I have no idea why this is pointing me here. I feel like I know everything there is to know about all the musicians. Maybe the duck isn't smarter than you. I guess I can see what the next step of it is. Yeah, no shit. I did. Haven't I, like, looked at him at length? Okay, so did I never search this? That's extremely fucking funny. Because it did just give me Clark in bed with her youngest sister. Although I have it, so it shouldn't be telling about it now. I must have seen this already, though. There's no way I didn't, right? Jingle writer than songwriter. Okay, that gets me advertising too. Ad campaigns? I guess I never searched Raffertunes. Okay. Need the rest. Do a good job of imagining this ad. Yeah, I'll click it on in a second. I just wanted to see if this got me. I'm trying to figure out why the fuck would it tell me to do that? That's so weird. I think I never searched this. I think just coincidentally, I must have gotten all this information from other locations. Interested in catchy tunes. I think, okay, I need to accept that I never searched this somehow, which is crazy. Completely fucking crazy. Because I keep reading it like I already read this. And I just got to all this other information. No. I must have never searched it before. So I'm going to read it sentence by, I'll read it out loud. A review and interview from 1979 titled A Reluctant Hitmaker. Jim goes into his first band. Okay, so A Reluctant Hitmaker is the name of this article. I can't search for that separately. Until a few years ago, Diamond and I were in C&J plus J&D with my cousin and his ex. I knew that. Clark never knew his father, so our grandpop insisted he spend time with my dad and me. As a result, Clark and I grew up like brothers. Diamond and Jane, on the other hand, are actually sisters, so the four of us had sort of a cutesy family band thing going on, not our finest hour. Diamond walked in on Clark and both her youngest sister, everything exploded. That's a thing I just put together recently through other information. Now, it's cool that you can get that from different sources. The only thing Clark and I had in common was music, but even then we never agreed on what it should be. He was always more interested in catchy tunes, something you hum a week later. I've been told Roland is like that, but that wasn't my goal. When he called me up and said he liked it, I took it as a sign I was going in the wrong direction musically. That made him laugh. But I'm trying to make art. Don't mind saying this because he'd agree. For most of the decade, he was a mess. He's a lot happier now. He started Rafferty. He's a much better jingle writer than songwriter. I just checked Rafferty and I already had that. One of the benefits of our famous family is a massive company willing to be a client. That's how my father was connected to Roottrees. All his ad campaigns. Okay, maybe I don't know that. So this is from Jim. Jim's father is in advertising. Okay, Jesus Christ. So that's one answer. That's learning? Get fucked. Where did she say that? Was in the complaints one. Okay. That's a pretty good one. I like that. Is it the revisiting the diary that I'm thinking of? Yeah, it's like such a fundamental, trivial thing to search in like the most obvious place. It's cool that I got all those answers without that piece of information. Okay, well, I'm still stuck. I guess I can't brute force figure out what this occupation is now. Well, it was funny because I like deduced that he must have gotten with the younger sister, I guess from the name, but also that he's kind of a scumbag. I'm gonna take another hint here. Teen Blast. So I can just search Roottrees in Teen Blast. Haven't I already searched November Roottrees? Haven't I already searched that? That would have been during a tutorial, I feel like. What? How the fuck did I not already do that? Okay, well, thank God for the duck. I feel like I would have done this during the tutorial, right? I was really missing a photo of her the whole time. That's crazy. Okay. Brother trouble, new gossip. Yeah, it's probably true. I probably just moved on after finishing the tutorial. College professor, okay. It's the only one I don't have. Follows the higher learning thing. So I got a lot of this information without the obvious clues from here. I guess the one here is the professor thing. Okay, that's cool. I guess I gotta stay on the duck though. Several people related to the campaign mailer. It really wants me to, this makes it seem like there's a fucking shitload going on with the campaign mailer. CM. I'm pretty sure CM is Carolyn Morden. So that's her mom. It's to Carl. It's just like looking for the city council race, I guess. I looked at this already. I've seen that already, so I don't know where it's taking me with this. Ryan Jones, maybe? Okay, maybe this gets me somewhere. So, Jones Graphic and Print. It even has frames. Miracle Network. Roottrees Motors. Hey. They may be featured in other places. Oh my god, am I finally gonna get it? Wilkins Motors. Still the same family business. Okay, so Wilkins. we got a picture. Tessa Roottrees is a mechanic. Well, that's nice. Okay. That is a deep search. Like, I guess I probably should have thought to search for Brian Jones because it kept showing me the campaign mailer and I'm like, what? I wish this message even said, I'm so happy for you and Brian, or something to call attention to Brian and why you'd want to search for him separately. Because you get Brian's name elsewhere, and that's how you get to that. Okay, so anyway. Holiday light post. A game designer by the name of Jeremy Johnson really likes it. Realized it could fit timeline-wise into a game he was making and decided to use it instead of something fake. It's kind of an Easter egg. You don't need to check it out, but if you do, I like the songs The Hardest Part of Love and Lost in the Wilderness. Search for whoever was performing it. Okay. Choreography by November Studios. Oh, am I finally gonna get it? A dance school. Awesome. That one's hidden as fuck. Hey! Nice. "49 out of 50 blood relatives." Now I can open the top secret thing.
To my genealogy genie. If you're reading this, it means you've locked in 49 blood relatives. Congratulations. I knew you could do it. There are 2 more entries on the family tree I'd like you to consider. These last 2 are optional. You can summon me whenever you wish. However, this will end your search and reveal the truth. So make sure you're ready.
Who is EC? They mentioned the Clancy Edward confusion. And the whole... Is this the thing that showed the, like, special cream or whatever the fuck? Egg cream. Grape, elderberry, egg cream, CE. Should be Elias Jr., right? Farmhand. I don't know where I would get this one. No, she's adopted. We read about this, about Samantha Roottrees. I think I'm too far, because I figured this out about her super early. And that was like an hour or 2 hours into the first episode. So not enough of it is fresh in my mind to be able to search the relevant documents here. I don't think. I could see if this gives me any clues. Patricia Christensen? Steel Company and Butler. Steamy Correspondence by Tina Angelina. Oops, shit. Sorry, I just have muscle memory for Shift Tab. Historical letters with an erotic twist. Patch is Patricia Christensen, a daughter of the owner of Christensen Steel. Brother's Twisted Twin, yeah, so it's the Twisted Twin. Is it the same face as Clancy Edward? But I can't add, I'm not allowed to add a face to this, right? Is that the whole idea? Okay. Edward Clancy? Yeah, so how can I get the face if it said I have all the evidence already? It says I don't have any portraits available to add. Do I have to like pull it off somewhere else? Or I have to find it on an existing picture and then click on the face that I previously didn't show as clickable? Let's see. That's tricky. Has it always been clickable the whole time? That's cool. That's cool. I like that a lot. That's a really cool mindfuck moment. I'm a big fan. Let's see if it gives it to me. Okay, so I didn't get the name right, but I had the basic idea.
So, you thought EC was Edward Clancy Roottrees and had a guess for his partner? Partial credit. I'm Sam Madsen, the as Samantha Roottrees. Yep, I got old. The only picture you have of me is from 40 years ago. My book
That's
tells
crazy.
about Elias, the 5 pieces, and my parents. Not my biological parents, Elias Jr. and Patsy. My father's.
Ah!
Edward Clancy Roottrees, and John Miller.
Interesting. That's a
By
cool.
now, you've either read Lauren's diaries, or you're just an incredible guesser. Lauren was right. I hated the 5 pieces. She just didn't know my full reasoning. My father, Edward Clancy, was a great man, but his identical twin Clancy and his father, Elias, were not. At age 16, my father was caught kissing a
That's really
farmhand.
cool. Yeah, confirmed bachelor.
Back then, they wouldn't even acknowledge gay people existed. Having one in the family was
This is really
unthinkable.
cool. I like this a lot. I like that you could have figured it out too. I remember that confirmed bachelor note.
The same year,
I might have
was
been able to
born.
get this
A
if I had
bastard
done it.
man. 2 stains on Elias's perfect family. He decided to.
If I had played
fix.
this all in one session, I may have been able to get
They
this.
tried to erase Edward Clancy.
Yeah, that's cool.
They even removed his 5 pieces.
Yeah, I did get
flavor. His
the
name was made a dirty
EC.
word. He became EC. We were sent to the farm, and the 5 pieces did their best to keep the next generation away, to isolate me from family.
Yeah, I appreciate that they tell you this is how you were supposed to arrive at
But
this.
Elias couldn't erase us from existence. Laura never realized I was the little girl from her diary. Who could blame me for being so confused that day? Her father was an exact copy of mine, except without the beard.
That's clever.
And while the 5 pieces celebrated a new factory, farmhands did the real work. It's a fluke there's a picture of my father at all, but there he is in the background. The 6
I really like this. This is really good.
Patsy returned, and things got complicated for Elias. She fought for my freedom, from a life she deemed unworthy.
I got the twisted twin.
Elias relented, so long as I never learned the truth or receive inheritance. They knew I'd help my father. At Elias's will reading, I learned part of the truth. The rest I learned at home. I began to hate the 5 pieces. My father made me stay silent. He was worried history would repeat, and that his grandchildren would become outcasts.
I'm really glad the game has the rubber duck. I think that mechanic's actually really good. And more games should do that kind of like progressive hint system, especially games like this where I feel like it's the blueprints problem, right? Where you have like 100 different threads to chase. It feels amazing so long as you don't have like 1 or 2 threads to chase, and then you feel like bottlenecked. I guess all the stuff at the very end was stuff where there was only one path to every answer that I had outstanding at the end, right?
His fears weren't.
I guess they could go through and add
As
a
you know,
second path
my
for each
son
of
Ernie
those,
died 4
potentially.
years ago. He had trained to take over as president. But due to family politics, or perhaps hubris, it went to Guy, a real Roottrie. He nearly ruined the company. When
Yeah, he
Ernie
sucked.
took over, he saved the operation. Over 13 years, he made the family billions. Ernie earned about $36. They got by on Debbie's salary, but when he fell ill, he couldn't pay his medical bills. His death was
I do like them
unavoidable.
talking about this at the end.
Originally, my book was meant to expose Elias's hypocrisy. Until I started to look into the other dirty laundry. Ron tried to have Robbie removed from the trust, but couldn't. Robbie was a blood relative, even out of wedlock.
That's cool.
That sounded familiar. The Clancy Trust that Elias established was designed to secure his family's future. His entire family's future. He couldn't write exceptions in without the whole thing falling apart. My book can definitively prove that Elias was not the paragon of virtue he's heralded as, and that my daughter and granddaughters are just as much family.
Hell yeah.
At least in the eyes of the Trust, as anyone else. The Clancy Trust will secure their future. They can decide what to do with their shares. But I'm old, and I'm not in it for the money. The truth has been eating away at me for years. But now, I can set the record straight. Thanks to you. As someone who enjoys searching for the truth, you might understand the power it has. Whitewashing the past to protect the status
Fuck
quo
yeah.
can lead to repercussions in the present.
This whole sequence is recontext. Like, I've enjoyed this game so far, but I'm also like, why the fuck do we care about these rich people? Like, this shit sucks. I don't like any of these people. I don't like any of this stuff. Like, why is this so important? And I like that, yeah, fuck the rich people.
I appreciate what you've done for me. You uncovered enough to make a strong case. If
Like the guy
anyone
who actually
should
generated all of the
please,
money for the company
my
died
share
or
of
was
the Clancy
penniless,
trust
right?
is yours. Looking at the family tree on your wall, now with my father's, everything finally feels complete. Unless
How are
a
you
whole
supposed to
lot
get the
more
name Jim
Roottrees
Miller?
appear from thin air. This is
I
the
missed
last
it when
time
it
I'll come
said that.
knocking. Thanks again, and so long.
Yeah, I noticed the CEEC. I was like, that's weird. Egg cream. Yeah, this game is super duper good. I had a really good time with it. Thank you for sharing. Just mixed reviews. This is the name in Lauren's diary. Roottrees Mania is now unlocked as a new game. Mr. Miller. I'm a secret root tree. Is the Incident at Galley House a new game that's coming out? I'd love to play more games from this developer. It's a really great mix of Obra Dinn and Hypnospace Outlaw. I had a great time with it. But just out of curiosity, what is Roottrees Mania? So this is like a follow-up to the base game? It's more game. Okay. I think I'll probably wrap here if that's cool. If anyone wants to add Roottrees Mania in the future, that works. It's like Echoes of the Eye. Okay. Yeah. I had already let Andrew know that I was just about done, so I didn't know there was about to be an extension there. But I'll play it in the future and credit you some time on Subblock. But thanks for sharing this. This is great. I'm recommending it to my friends who are into this kind of game. I think anyone who's played Obra Dinn would like this a lot. I think it's... I'm not going to say it's better than Obra Dinn, but it's a little bit more deductive than Obra Dinn. My one complaint about Obra Dinn is that it involves a lot of induction and a lot of weird, like, cultural inference. You can't figure it out by deleting other names, and there were definitely a couple places in here where I was able to do deduction, and I think that's what I really enjoy. I'd love to see a game that's the hardcore focused on deduction that borrows Obra Dinn's 3, 4, 5 confirmation system, because I think it's really good. Yeah, and if Galley House comes out, this dev's great. I'd love to see more from them. I really had a good time with it. Thank you for sharing.